Streaming live on YouTube. Today is December 30th, 2022. I'm Judge Case Johnson. I am the Magistrate Court Judge presiding over this morning's calendar. If you are having any trouble hearing me, please let me know, as there are a few things that I need to go over with you prior to starting this calendar. Please listen carefully, as it will help you better understand the nature and the purpose of today's proceeding. Now, I'm not here to try your case, take a plea, or have any legal discussions with you about any specifics of your case. The purpose of first appearance is to inform you of the charges against you, to advise you of certain rights, to set bonds for those offenses for which I'm authorized to set bond, to schedule a preliminary hearing, to determine whether you require the assistance of an attorney. Now, you have the right to remain silent, so please do not attempt to tell me the specifics about your case or any legal defense that you may have. As I said earlier, we are streaming live, and this hearing is being recorded. So anything you say here today can and will be held against you in any future proceedings. Now, during this and all other proceedings, you have the following rights: the right to the presumption of innocence, the right to indictment by a grand jury for felonies or accusation for misdemeanors, to a speedy and public jury trial, to compel the attendance of witnesses to testify on your own behalf, to see, hear, and question witnesses who are called to testify against you, to testify on your own behalf or offer evidence on your own defense, and to have an attorney represent you. And if you cannot afford one, one can be appointed to you if you qualify. Also, if you are not a U.S. citizen, some charges may adversely affect your immigration status, so you will need to consult with an attorney. Now, some of you will be allowed to post what we call unrestricted bonds for your release from jail pending the prosecution of your case. These bonds may be posted in three ways: cash, commercial, or property. If you post a cash bond, someone will deliver the full amount of the bond in cash together with any mandated fees to the sheriff's office, who will hold it until your final court date, at which time your cash will be returned to the person who posted it. If you do not have the full amount of cash in cash, you could also use a commercial bonding company who may take up to 15% of the bond for their service. This fee will not be returned to you. You may also have someone post a property bond, so long as there is net equity in that property of at least 3 times the amount of your bond. For example, if I set a bond for $2,000, your property must have at least $6,000 in equity to qualify as a property bond. Now, each of you will have, as a condition of your bond, that you may not violate any laws while you're out on bond. But some of you will have special conditions that will prohibit you from contacting certain people or going to certain places. If you have a stay away, if you have a no contact provision on your bond, that means you must stay away from and have no contact with the victim. It doesn't matter that the victim is calling you saying, come and see me, or I want to see you. It doesn't matter. You cannot have any contact with that victim. You cannot call, text, email, write a letter to, or contact through any social media platform. You can't even do something nice, such as sending flowers or a nice song. If you do, it will be a violation of your bond. Now, if I order you not to return to a particular location, you cannot go back to that location for any reason. If that no return location is a shared residence, meaning you reside there with the alleged victim, please let me know and I will authorize you to go back, but only while accompanied by a sheriff to collect your personal belongings that are not in dispute, meaning there is no issue as to who owns that property. And you will need to make that appointment within 10 days of being released from jail. This court takes special conditions very seriously. Now, unfortunately, some percentage of you guys will come back into custody on a bond revocation because you're not listening to what I'm saying. You're not taking what I'm saying very seriously. Instead, you will go and you will reconcile with the victim. You'll return to your residence. You'll return to dating the alleged victim. And it's all good until it's not. The moment someone gets upset, the moment the victim becomes upset, she calls the police or he calls the police, and now you are arrested and held with no bond. It's not worth it. Just follow the order until it is modified or until your case is resolved. Now, if you do violate the bond order and the court considers your contact intimidating or harassing, you could receive an additional felony charges such as aggravated stalking or influencing a witness. These type charges carry a punishment of up to 20 years in prison and $20,000 in fines. Also, if your family member or friend is the alleged victim, he or she will not be able to post your bond, and you are not allowed to contact that individual from the jail. If you do, it could be a revocation of your bond. For those family members watching via live stream, you should wait at least 3 hours after the conclusion of this court proceeding before attempting to post bond, as it takes time for the paperwork to get through the appropriate channels and process. Now, some of you are charged with offenses for which I am not authorized to set bond. In this event, a bond hearing will be scheduled before a judge of Superior Court of Clayton County. If you are currently on active probation, I am not authorized to set a bond at this time. Whether a bond is authorized or appropriate will be reconsidered after your probation officer has an opportunity to consider the new arrest. Now, the purpose of a preliminary hearing is to determine whether there's enough evidence or probable cause to keep you detained on your charges. If you bond out, your preliminary hearing is automatically waived because you are no longer in jail. Today, I am going to simply go ahead and give everybody a court date. And so I won't give you the option of waiving court today. Again, if you bond out, that preliminary hearing is automatically waived. Finally, I'm about to read the oath to you. If you understand and swear to it, please respond by stating I do. Would everyone please raise their right hands? Do you swear or affirm that the information you're about to give this court, as well as the information that you have provided on your application for court-appointed counsel, is true and correct? If so, please say I do. All right, you can go ahead and put your hands down. We're going to start with the females, correct, Deputy?
That's correct, Your Honor.
All righty. Are we taking Ms. Mary Carter first?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Good morning, Ms. Carter.
Good morning.
All right, Ms. Mary Carter, you are charged with disorderly conduct. Your bond is set at $1,500, and you may not return to 6234 Spine Road. I guess that's some part of the airport. You may not return to there, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
I understand what you stated, yes.
Okay. I have appointed, I have set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. However, if you bond it out, you don't have to worry about that court date. You did not complete the CAA form. Are you employed, Ms. Carter?
No, I'm not employed.
Okay.
I'm retired.
All righty. Based on that, you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions?
Could I get the name of that court-appointed attorney, please?
We don't, I just appoint. I just sign an order appointing one. I don't assign the actual attorney.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your name earlier.
Judge Case Johnson.
I'm sorry.
Judge Case Johnson.
Judge Case Johnson?
Yes.
Kate, I'm sorry, K-T-E-S Johnson?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, is Kate your first name?
No, last name. Case Johnson is the last name.
Is the last name. Okay, thank you.
All right, good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Miss Ashley Engel?
No, ma'am, Malaysia Morris.
Ms. Morris, okay. All right, Ms. Morris, you're charged with giving a false name. That bond is set at $1,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. I have set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. And it appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions, ma'am?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor, Ashley, that's a guy. You could put him with the guys.
Oh, great. Okay, thank you.
Welcome.
State your name.
Anaya Patrick.
All right, Ms. Patrick, you're charged with battery. That bond is set at $4,000, and you must stay away from Micaiah Barnes, and you may not return to 1108 Lakeside Villa Drive in Hampton, Georgia. and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
The allegation is that you guys went to fight another young lady. Yeah. You know, that's pretty dangerous going to people's house. That's, you need to think about that before you ever do that again, because it could have turned out a lot different.
Yes, ma'am.
And so certainly this is not worth it. I have set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
Okay, make sure you don't go around Ms. Barnes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All
Thank
right,
you.
good luck to you. What's your-
Delicia Shannon.
All right, Ms. Shannon, you're charged with possession of marijuana less than announced. That bond is set at $1,500. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act. That bond is set at $1,000. Open container $500, and failure to stop at a stop sign $500, for a total bond of $3,500. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. You did not complete the CAA form, and I see here where you put refuse. Are you gonna be able to bond out? Yes?
Yes.
Okay, are you employed?
No, ma'am.
You say no?
Not right now.
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead and appoint an attorney to you. All right, so I have appointed an attorney. Total bond is $3,500. Your preliminary hearing is January 23rd. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Swift.
Ms. Swift?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, so you're the co-defendant of the other young lady. Did you hear what I told her? Okay, all right. All right, you're charged with battery. That bond is set at $4,000. Criminal trespass, $1,000. Criminal damage in the second degree, $3,000, for a total bond of $8,000. Now, was this worth it? Was this worth it? Okay. All right, and so you must stay away from Ms. Barnes, just as I said earlier, Micaiah Barnes, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. I have set your preliminary hearing for January the 23rd, and I've also appointed you an attorney. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am.
All right, be sure not to be around Ms. Barnes, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, good luck to you, ma'am. Ms. Taylor?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Ms. Jada Taylor, you're charged with defective equipment. That bond is set at $500, no license $500, and no insurance $1,000, for a total bond of $2,000. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I've set your preliminary hearing for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed you an attorney. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about appearing at that court date. Do you have any questions?
No.
All right, good luck to you. Are you Miss Rontoria Watkins?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, Ms. Watkins, you are charged with stop sign violation. That bond is set at $500. Driving on suspended license, $1,500. No insurance, $500. And driving on suspended registration, $500, for a total bond of $3,000. And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, I have set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. And I have also appointed an attorney to you. Good luck to you, ma'am.
Thank you.
All right, Your Honor, that concludes the females.
All righty, thank you.
Your Honor.
Your Honor, the male side is ready.
State your name.
Patrick Allen.
All right, Mr. Allen, you're charged with simple battery. That bond is set at $8,000. And you must stay away from Roberto Marrero. And you must
Who's
not, but whoever it was that you, hold on. It says the victim is Mr. Roberto Marrero. Okay, so.
Can I count one more?
No, this is not a time. Remember when I said in my opening, I'm not here to try your case or have any conversations with you about any defenses that you may have. I am going to, because you qualify, I have appointed you an attorney. So once that attorney comes to see you, you can give that attorney all of that information. So your bond is set at $8,000 and I have scheduled your preliminary hearing for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
No, ma'am.
All right, so I'll go ahead and just read the warrant to you. It says that you did commit the offense of simple battery family violence against the state of Georgia and that the defendant, the accused, Mr. Patrick Allen, did intentionally make physical contact or provoke in nature to Mr. Roberto Marrero by the offender turned around, rushing and charging at him with both hands.
I'm disabled, ma'am. I can't fight.
I understand. So all these are allegations at this point, okay? I have appointed you an attorney so you can get with your attorney to discuss the matter further. All right? Good luck to you, sir.
Okay. Go back to section 5.
Is that your name?
Ball.
What is it again?
Jerome Ball.
Ball?
Yes.
Okay, here you are. All right, Mr. Ball, you're charged with no insurance. That bond is set at $1,000. Drug-related objects, $500. Possession of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, $1,000 for a total bond of $2,500. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes.
All right, I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 18th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. I've also appointed you an attorney. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yes.
Huh?
I would like to see if I could have the bond switch over to an OR bond.
No, we do not do OR bonds for these type charges. So your bond is only $2,500. So that's the lowest I could go. All right, good luck to you.
Your Honor,
Yes,
does he qualify for a court-appointed attorney?
he does. I told him I appointed him one. All right, what's your name, sir?
Here Dawson.
All right, Mr. Dawson, you're charged with possession of marijuana less than announced. That bond is set at $500. Criminal trespass, that bond is set at $1,000, and you may not return to 6142 Old Dixie Road in Forest Park, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges and special conditions of your bond?
Yeah, I do.
Okay, I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. I've also appointed you an attorney because it appears that you do qualify. Do you have any questions, sir?
Yeah, can I get a signature bond?
No, sir, you cannot.
All
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Yeah.
Say your name for the record.
Ashley.
All right, Mr. Engel, you're charged with driving on suspended license. That bond is set at $1,000, no tail light, $500 in violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, $1,000. And you must, for a total bond of $2,500, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. But if you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. And I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you. And I'm not eligible for a signature bond, right?
You are not. State your name.
Calvin Head,
All right, Mr. Head. Mr. Head, how old are you?
I'm 17.
You are too young to start out this way, out the door with this already. All righty, you are charged with possession of marijuana less than announced. That bond is set at 500. Possession of a firearm during the commission of a crime, 5,000. Violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 10,000. Another violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 3,000. Loitering or prowling, 1,000, for a total bond of $19,500. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
All righty, your preliminary hearing date is January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, and I have appointed one to you. Good luck, sir.
Thank you.
Is this Mr. Hayes?
This is Roger Hillman. Oh, I'm sorry.
Hillman? Okay, all right, that's fine. I'll do you next. All right, Mr. Hillman, you're charged with window tint violation, that's 500. Possession of marijuana less than announced, 500. And possession of a firearm by a felon, 5,000, for a total bond of $6,000. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay. Your preliminary hearing date, I've scheduled for January the 23rd. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. And I've also appointed an attorney to you. You have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
Rodney Wade Haynes.
Okay.
Am I close enough to the TV for you?
You are. Charged with terroristic threats. I'll set that bond at $3,000. And you must stay away from that whole staff at the hospital or at your medical facility at Kaiser Permanente.
Yes, ma'am.
The nurse manager, Session Toya, Darima Hughes, and Cheryl Bright, you cannot have any contact with them, okay?
Yes, ma'am.
And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond.
Yes,
I
ma'am.
set your preliminary hearing for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m.
Yes,
And I've
ma'am.
also appointed you an attorney, all right?
Yes, ma'am. How much my bond?
$3,000.
$3,000. Okay. Yes, thank you, Your
And
Honor.
do not go, Mr. Hayes, do not go back up there.
Sir, ma'am, I got one thing. I left my truck parked on their lot.
Okay, well, that's the only thing you go do is get that truck and get out of there.
Yes,
Because if you
ma'am.
come back, you don't get a bond, you sit in jail until your court date, okay?
Absolutely. Yes, ma'am. Thank you, sir.
All
Thank you.
right, good luck.
Yes, thank you, ma'am.
State your name?
My name,
What's your name?
Jonathan Hollowell.
Okay, Mr. Hollowell, you're charged with criminal trespass. That bond is set at 1,000, obstruction, 1,000, and possession of drug-related objects, 500, for a total bond of $2,500, and you may not return to Walmart on 6065 Jonesboro Road in Morrow, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges and the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, ma'am.
I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th. And I have also appointed you an attorney. Do you have any questions?
Is it something my release day or today?
If you make your bond, yes. Somebody has to post your bond. It's $2,500.
2,000 just for wearing the earring and taking it off? You know, Your Honor.
Good luck to you, sir.
Hey, Johnson, come on.
All right, Mr. Kobe Johnson,
Yes, ma'am.
I see that you were a part of that group, that female group that allegedly ran to someone's house and went through the window and all of that to fight them. Like I told them, y'all should be very careful about that. Because
Yes, ma'am.
things could have been a lot different running in people's houses nowadays. All right, so you're charged with criminal trespass. I've set that bond at $2,500. You must stay away from Micaiah Simone Barnes, and you may not return to that address, which is 5809 North Lake Drive in Morrow. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Was it worth it, Mr. Johnson?
Ma'am.
I can't hear you.
No, ma'am.
Okay. All right, so your preliminary hearing date is January the 17th, and I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right, Gabriel King.
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. King, you are charged with public transit prohibited acts. I've set that bond at $1,000 and criminal trespass. That bond is set at $2,500 for a total bond of $3,500. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand those charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, so make sure you don't return to MARTA, okay?
Okay.
I have set your preliminary hearing January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. and I've also appointed you an attorney. I'm gonna put a no return to MARTA station. I know that it has the criminal trespass has a termination date of next year sometime. But you cannot return to that MARTA station, all right?
Right.
All righty, and I have appointed an attorney. January the 17th is your preliminary hearing date. Good luck to you.
Thank you.
All right. Are you Mr. Devon Martin?
Yes, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Martin, you're charged with simple assault. I've set that bond at $4,000, and you must stay away from tone manual, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
And I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. and I've also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Blessed New Year, Your Honor.
You as well. Is that your name?
Arthur Mathis.
All right, Mr. Mathis, you are charged with terroristic threats. That bond is set at $5,000. You're also charged with simple assault, $3,000, and cruelty to children in the third degree is $3,000 for a total bond of $11,000. You must stay away from Vanessa Mathis, and you may not return to 2706 Summer Court Drive, in Jonesboro, Georgia, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
I'll set your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd. At 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, you don't have to worry about that. I have also appointed you an attorney. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
I think they're gonna do fast. Your Honor, Javon Robinson, which is next, has a fugitive from justice. Do you want him to go last?
Last, yes. He will be last.
Oh, man.
What's your name?
I'm Kevin Robinson. They said that they didn't have my paperwork sorted, got me in. I came in yesterday for first appearance on a traffic ticket from 2020.
Your name is Robert?
Kevin Robinson.
Oh, yeah, we're gonna do you last because you're the fugitive thing. We're gonna do you last.
No. I'm Kevin Robinson. This is another Robinson over there.
Oh, okay.
That's Devon Robinson, I think. I'm sorry.
I don't have any paperwork on you.
The sergeant said I was on the list and he brought me up. Traffic.
Just hold him. I may have to try to retrieve some paperwork on him. I don't have anything on you. If you could just, have a seat.
Yes,
We'll
ma'am.
see if we can find that. What are you charged with, sir?
Oh, it's driving our license from 2020.
Okay, all righty.
And,
Just sit tight. I'll see if I can find it. When were you arrested? Last night?
No, yesterday. They arrested-
Yesterday?
Yes, ma'am. They arrested-
Okay.
they
Ms. Thomas,
arrested the bond.
give me your full name.
Kevin Robinson.
Kevin?
Yes, ma'am. Dwayne,
Robinson. And give me your LE number on your wrist.
216 0547.
0547.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, so hold tight. What's your middle initial?
D,
D.
like
Okay.
a dog. Yes.
As in, you said D as in dog?
Yes, ma'am.
Oh, okay, I see. I thought you said B. All right, just hold tight. Let's see if we can locate. Ms. Thomas, if you could try to find his
Okay, thank you,
information.
ma'am.
Thank you. Ms. Thomas? Okay, I guess she walked away. All righty. State your name, sir.
Sam's,
Say that again.
Arnold Sam's.
All right, Mr. Sams, you're charged with criminal trespass. That bond is set at $4,000. You were a part of that group again, running in people's houses. You should be very careful about that. Anyway, you must stay away from Miss Micaiah Barnes, and you may not return to 5809 North Lake Drive in Morrow, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. So any contact with Miss Barnes is gonna land you right back here in jail without a bond, okay?
Yeah.
Be done with that. Whatever it is, let it go. It's not worth it. Your preliminary hearing date is January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed you an attorney. You have any questions, sir? Mr. Sams, how are you related, or what's your relationship with the co-defendants?
With the who?
With all the people that,
One of them my teammate, one of them my girlfriend, and then the other one her teammate.
okay. All righty. Good luck to you, sir.
Appreciate it.
Is that your name?
Alexandre Shaw.
Right, Mr. Shaw, you are charged with motor vehicle hijacking and possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime. The motor vehicle hijacking is hereby denied based on 1761, which means it has to be set by a superior court judge. The possession of a weapon during the commission of a crime, I have set that bond at $10,000. You must stay away from the victim, which his name is Christopher Romero, and you must not violate any laws once you do make bond. I have set your preliminary hearing for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
Say your name.
Fraser Smith, Your Honor.
Minute. All right, Mr. Smith, you're charged with possession of a firearm by a convicted felon. That bond is set at $8,000, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Your preliminary hearing date is scheduled for January the 23rd. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Do you have any questions?
No, ma'am, Your Honor.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
What's your name, sir?
Michael Scott.
All right, Mr. Scott, you are charged with criminal trespass. That bond is set at $3,000, and you must stay away from Finley Angelica, and you may not return to 2206 Bentley Crossing, and you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the charges and the special conditions?
Yes, ma'am.
All righty, your preliminary hearing is scheduled for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. It appears that you do qualify for a court-appointed attorney, so I have appointed one to you. Good luck, sir.
Thanks.
All right. Are you Mr. Session?
Yes, I am.
All right, Mr. Session, you are charged with battery, simple violence, battery, simple battery. That bond is set at $1,500. You must stay away from Anessa Reeves, and you may not return to 11089 Shannon Circle in Hampton, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am, I do.
All righty, your preliminary hearing date is January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, don't worry about that. And I have appointed an attorney to you. You have any questions?
Yes, I do have one about how to pay for my bond. Would I have access to my card while I'm in here to bond myself out?
I have no idea how they do that there. You will have to talk to someone there, or you will have to probably discuss it with some of your family members about
Okay.
the bonding you out. All right, good luck to you, sir. State your name.
Roger Simmons.
All right, Mr. Simmons, you are charged with loitering. That bond is at 1,000. Possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 500. Another violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, 3,000. Possession of a firearm, 3,000. And possession of a firearm, which is a dangerous weapon, 3,000. Your total bond is $10,500. And you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand these charges?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, your preliminary hearing date is January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I have appointed an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir. Are you Mr. Vargas?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, Mr. Stephen Vargas, you're charged with criminal solicitation. That bond is set at 1,500. And obstruction, that bond is also set at 1,500 for a total bond of $3,000, and you must not violate any laws while you're out on bond. Do you understand those charges?
Judge,
All righty, I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 17th at 8:30 a.m. And I see here where you refuse a court-appointed attorney. Based on your charges, I'm going to accept that. So I will not appoint an attorney. All right?
thank you.
Good luck to you. All right, you, Mr. Maurice Webb?
Yes, ma'am. Yes,
All right,
ma'am.
Mr. Webb, you are charged with, possession of marijuana less than an ounce. That bond is set at 1,500. A violation of Georgia Controlled Substance, that bond is set at 5,000. Possession of drug-related items, 500. Possession of marijuana, another possession of marijuana. The other one was less than an ounce. The second one is with the intent. Hold on, intent is 4-6. Yes. All right. So the first one, your bond was at $5,000. The second one, drug-related item, 500. Third one, possession of marijuana less than an ounce, 500. And the third violation of Georgia Controlled Substance Act, which is 3,000. And that is promethazine. Okay. All right. So your total bond is $10,500. Do you understand the charges against you?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. I've set your preliminary hearing for January 23rd at 8:30 a.m. And I've also appointed an attorney to you. Good luck to you, sir.
Thank you.
All right. And Mr. Wills, right?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, Your Honor.
Yes, ma'am.
All righty. Mr. Donovan Wills, you're charged with terroristic threats and your bond is set at $8,000. And you must stay away from Chastity Acosta and Hager Orlina. And you must not violate any laws while out on bond. Do you understand the special conditions of your bond?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, and I've set your preliminary hearing date for January the 23rd at 8:30 a.m. If you bond out, don't worry about that. And I've also appointed you an attorney. You have any questions, sir?
No, ma'am.
All right, good luck to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
All righty. Are you Mr. Javon Robinson?
Yes.
All right, hold on, Mr. Robinson, this is. Okay. Mm. All right. All right, so good afternoon, was it afternoon yet? Still good morning, Mr. Robinson. Again, I am Judge Case Johnson. And this hearing is what we call an extradition hearing. A fugitive warrant has been issued for your arrest. You do not have charges here pending in Clayton County. You have been brought in court today because you have pending cases in New Jersey. In New Jersey, for the charge of dangerous drugs. In accordance with the laws of the state of Georgia, you are brought before me for an explanation of this proceeding. You have the right to contest the legality of this warrant and all extradition proceedings, or you may waive your right to an extradition proceeding and voluntarily be returned to the state that's requesting your detention. But before you inform me of whether or not you wish to waive extradition, let me explain a few things to you. You have the right to be represented by an attorney, and if you cannot afford one can be appointed to represent you. If you desire to contest the legality of the extradition proceedings, then you must file or have filed on your behalf a writ of habeas corpus, and you will be allowed a reasonable amount of time in which to file that writ. Now, you may file a writ of habeas corpus to contest the extradition, but the writ can only contest 4 things. Whether the extradition documents are in order on their face, whether you are charged with a crime in a demanding state, and whether you are the person named in the request for extradition, and whether you are in fact a fugitive. You cannot contest the issue of guilt or innocence in this state. You are entitled to an advice of counsel in deciding whether to contest or waive if you so desire. If you waive extradition, the state of New Jersey will have 30 days to come and get you. If New Jersey does not pick you up within 30 days, you will be released. If you contest extradition, the state is unable to come and get you within 30 days, then you can be committed for an additional 60 days awaiting extradition. So do you wish to waive extradition and be returned to New Jersey, or do you wish to have a formal extradition proceeding?
So,
Do you wish to waive or contest extradition?
I'm not too sure, but I want to sign, so I want to.
Okay, so if you waive extradition, if the New Jersey does not pick you up in 30 days, you get to go home.
Okay.
If you contest it and you want to have a full hearing, we're going to hold you for 30 days, but then the governor has given us the authority to extend it an additional 90 days to allow them to come and get you. So do you want to waive and just allow the 30 days, or do you want to contest?
I want to waive.
Okay, all right. So the deputy will give you a form right there for you to sign, and he will get that over to me. All right, so you have indicated that you want to waive, and is that decision freely and voluntarily made?
Yes.
All righty. All right, well, good luck to you, sir.
All right. Oh, all right. Thank you.
All righty. And is that all?
Lawanda Wright Matthias.
Bonded, Your Honor.
Bonded, okay. Bronzert Ayamayor Padula Smith.
Yes, Your Honor.
All right. Is it Padula Smith? Is that how you pronounce your name?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, you're charged with 1 count of larceny. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set bond at $1,000 with the condition of no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond is $1,000. Sir, no returning to this location. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Okay, if you're found there, you'll be in violation of your bond conditions. Your bond may be revoked, and you'd be held in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
Stay away from the Walmart. All right, good day, sir. Next up is Juan Carlos Castavillo Vita. Is it Castavillo Vita? Is that how I say your name?
Castillo Veitia.
Pardon?
Castillo Veitia.
Castillo Vita.
Yes, sir.
Okay. All right, sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
You are charged with 2 counts. First count, battery by strangulation, domestic violence. Second count, aggravated assault, domestic violence. I'm inclined to set bond at $10,000 on each charge with the conditions of no contact and separate residences. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond is going to be $10,000 on each charge. No contact, separate residences. Sir, no contact means no contact of any kind. You cannot visit, you cannot write, you cannot call, you cannot text, you cannot email. Any attempt to contact the victim will be a violation of your bond conditions. Your bond may be revoked, and you may stay in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good day to you, sir. Next up is Mr. McDowell, Justin McDowell.
Hello, Your Honor.
Are you Mr. McDowell?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. McDowell, I'm going to appoint the public defender to serve as your attorney today. Do you understand?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, sir, you were charged with 1 count of aggravated assault with a firearm. I do find probable cause, and it looks like he is out on bond for attempted burglary of a conveyance and burglary of a conveyance. Three counts of that. I'm inclined to revoke. Anything from the state?
State would request that that be revoked.
All right, I'm going to revoke, I'm inclined to revoke and set $7,500 on the new case. Anything from defense?
Yes, Your Honor. We'll ask if you do not revoke that bond. He's actually out on pretrial diversion and it hasn't started yet. In that case, from the notes from our system, that could be a potential case that could be thrown out. That's why it was a PTD offer. So,
You mean PTR?
no, he's on pretrial diversion. So it's a bond. He originally bonded out, but the case has been referred to pretrial diversion.
I actually never bonded out. I got time served.
State?
Given the nature of these charges, I think he needs to see the judge in that case, but I'll leave it to the discretion of the court.
Give me a minute here. I think he does need to see the judge. I'm revoking. Bond is revoked. In the prior case, $7,500. In the new case, no contact, separate residences.
No bond.
Good day to you, sir. Just for purposes of today, yes. Just for today.
750 to get out today.
Yeah, just for purposes of today. Next up is Patricia McLaughlin.
Yes, sir.
All right. We have 2 charging affidavits. Ms. McLaughlin, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand? Okay. In case number 2022 CF 015-071 AO, she is charged with aggravated battery with a weapon, dating violence. In 2022 CF 015-083 AO, she is charged with 5 counts. Introducing contraband into a county detention facility, possession of cocaine, tampering with physical evidence, and 2 counts of possession of drug paraphernalia. I find probable cause in both cases. On the aggravated battery charge, I'm inclined to set bond at $3,500 with a no contact. On the introduction of contraband, $1,000, possession of cocaine, $1,000, tampering with physical evidence, $1,000, possession of drug paraphernalia, $500 on each of the possession of drug paraphernalia charges. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor, can you just repeat those amounts one more time?
On the aggravated battery with a weapon, it's going to be $3,500. No contact with the victim. On the introducing contraband charge, it's going to be $1,000. Possession of cocaine, $1,000. tampering with physical evidence, $1,000. Possession of drug paraphernalia, $500. Possession of drug paraphernalia, $500. Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond is set as I stated. Good day to you, ma'am.
Your attorney can get the bill bond.
Next up, Rafael Abdullah Mejias Rivero. Is it Mr. Mejias Rivero or Mr. Rivero? Sorry? Mr. Mejias? Yes. All right, Mr. Mejias, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand? So you're charged with 2 counts. First count, battery on a person 65 years of age or older. Second count, battery, domestic violence. This is the other half of that mutual combat case. I find no probable cause. Sir, I'm finding no probable cause to hold you. I don't think there's probable cause on the face of the affidavit. That does not mean your charges are going away. The state may still choose to pursue charges against you, and you need to respond to any court dates. Make sure you appear. This does not mean your charges have gone away. It does mean I'm finding no probable cause to hold you for a crime at this time. Do you understand? Yes, sir. Okay. Yes, no probable cause. Next up is Vincent Price. Are you Mr. Price?
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Price, I'm going to appoint the attorney standing next to you, the public defender, to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you're charged with 1 count of aggravated assault, domestic violence. I do find probable cause. I'm inclined to set bond at $2,500. We'll get to the conditions in a minute. State, anything on the bond?
No, Your Honor.
Defense, anything on the bond?
No, Your Honor.
We don't have a victim here. I'm inclined to set no contact in separate residences. State?
The state would be requesting that.
Defense, anything on the conditions?
One-time return, Your Honor.
Yeah. All right, one-time return granted. It's gonna be $2,500. No contact with the victim, maintain separate residences, and you may return one time with law enforcement. Sir, you're gonna get to go back to the residence to retrieve your things one time with law enforcement, okay? You are not to contact the victim at all, okay? No, it means no visiting, no calling, no emailing, no text messaging, no letters, no carrier pigeons. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any attempt to contact the victim will constitute a violation of your bond conditions, and your bond may be revoked, and you may remain in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good day to you, sir.
All right, thank you.
Next up is Gavasta Andrews.
Yes, sir.
All right, Mr. Andrews, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand? Sir, do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Sir, you are charged with 1 count of a domestic violence injunction. One count of violation of a domestic violence injunction. I do find probable cause. He is out of state. I'm inclined to set bond at $3,500 with a no contact order, and the condition that he complies with all orders of the domestic violence court in which his case is pending. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. Bond is set at $3,500. Sir, no contact with the victim. That means no contact of any kind. You cannot visit, you cannot write, you cannot call, you cannot email. Do you understand? Any attempt to contact the victim will constitute a violation of your bond, and your bond may be revoked on that basis, and you may stay in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Sir, you have a right to speak, and I'll allow you to if you want to. I would strongly urge you to speak with your attorney before making any statements.
good.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond is set at $3,500. No contact and comply with all orders of the domestic violence court in which your case is pending. Good day to you, sir.
You're welcome.
Next up is Wendell Evans. Are you Mr. Evans?
Yes, sir.
All right, good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon.
Sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Okay.
Sir, you're charged with one count of battery domestic violence. I find probable cause on the charge. I see he's eligible for PTR. I'm inclined to grant the PTR with the conditions of no contact and separate residences. Let's hear from the victim, though, actually. Ma'am, can you please tell us your name?
Elena Bouchard.
Okay, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
I do.
Okay, state.
Good morning. What's your relationship to Mr. Evans?
He is my boyfriend.
Are you seeking to have contact with him?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
And do you two live together?
Yes, we live in Vermont. We came on a family vacation out of state. And am I allowed to say something? I had been heavily drinking last night, and the things that I did tell the officer were not true. I don't want to see this happen to a good person.
I understand. No further questions from the state at this time.
Defense? Defense?
Yes. You said you live in Vermont?
Yes.
Okay. And would he be able to transport back to court if he's released?
I mean, we live in Vermont. We're only here for a week.
Okay.
Yeah.
No further questions.
State any objection to the PTR?
No objection to PTR. I believe he can phone call in and just no hostile contact. I have no objection to him returning to Vermont as well.
All right. Sir, I'm gonna order you on pretrial release with a no hostile contact order.
Yes, sir.
No hostile contact, sir, means you can't even raise your voice. There cannot be any a crossword of any kind. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
Any hostile contact would be a violation of your conditions of release, and your pretrial release may be revoked on that basis, and you would stay in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. Good day to you, sir.
He's allowed to go back to Vermont?
Yeah, I'm not restricting his movement.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Next up is Luigi Fagili. Is it Fagili?
Favilli.
Say it again?
Favilli.
Favilli, okay. Oh, yeah, okay, I see that now. All right, Mr. Favilli, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes.
Sir, you are charged with one count of battery domestic violence. I see he qualifies for PTR. Let's hear from the victim. Ma'am, what is your name?
Hi, my name is Melanie Fabilli.
Okay, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes, Your Honor.
All right, state.
Good morning. What is your relationship with Mr.?
That is my husband.
Are you seeking to have contact with him? Are you afraid of him? Has anything like this ever happened before? And if something like this were to happen again, would you be willing and able to call 911? No further questions from the state.
Do you have, I would see if I can drop the charges. Is that something I could do?
That's not something that can be done today, but our office will be in touch.
Okay, thank you.
All right, I'm going to grant the pretrial release with a condition of no hostile contact. Sir, no hostile contact means you can't even raise your voice. No hostility of any kind.
Absolutely.
If you were to be caught engaging in hostile contact, that would be a violation of your pretrial release, and the pretrial release may be revoked, and you may remain in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Absolutely.
All right. Good day to you, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Did somebody say something to me? PTR, no hostile contact.
Just for today, right?
Yeah, just for today. Just for today. Even if they don't qualify, you can appoint it for the purposes of the first appearance. That's how that works. All right, Jakari Christopher LaRusso.
Sir.
All right, sir, Mr. LaRusso, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you are charged with battery domestic violence, one count. I see he's eligible for PTR. I'm not inclined to grant it. He's got a prior conviction. Do we have a victim here? In this case? No? Okay. Folks, I find probable cause. I'm inclined to set bond at $7,500. I see we have two affidavits. We have the first count, battery domestic violence, that's 2022 MM 8764AO. We also have the second case, 23 CT8, looks like DUI with property damage. I find probable cause on both cases. I'm inclined to set bond at $7,500 in the first case, $2,500 on the second case on the DUI. Anything from the state?
Will you be ordering no contact?
Yes.
Thank you.
Anything from defense?
Yes, Your Honor, we would ask for direct PTR. That charge, the last conviction was over 5 years ago, and pretrial release will actually be more supervision than a bond.
I'm going to do both. It's the bond and the pretrial release conditions. Okay. Bond is set at $7,500 on the battery charge, $2,500 on the DUI, and on the battery, it's going to be pretrial release conditions, no contact with the victim.
You mean 7,500 plus pretrial release?
Yes, both. Sir, no contact means no contact of any kind. If you were to that means no calling, no visiting, no phone calls, no text messages, no emails. If you were to contact the victim in any way, that would be a violation of your release conditions, and your bond may be revoked on that basis, and you would be held in jail pending trial. Do you understand? All right, $7,500 plus PTR conditions, $2,500 on the DUI. Yeah, the DUI is just the $2,500, and no contact with the victim on the battery charge as well. All right, next up is Louis Madrigal. Are you Mr. Madrigal?
Yes, sir.
All right, good afternoon, sir. Sir, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand? All right. Sir, you're charged with one count of battery by touching or striking. I find probable cause on the charge. I'm inclined to set bond at $3,500. No contact, separate residences, no alcohol. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right, bond is set at $3,500. No contact, separate residences, no alcohol. Sir, no contact means no contact of any kind, right? No calling, no visiting, no calls, no text messages, no emails. Any attempt to contact the victim will be a violation of your pretrial release conditions, and your bond may be revoked on that basis, and you may remain in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, good day to you, sir. Casey Robinson. I have Casey Robinson. I have a Casey Robinson and also a Jordan Robinson.
Casey Robinson refused.
Okay, Casey will be reset.
Your
Casey
Honor.
Robinson.
We'll waive.
You want to waive?
Yes.
All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender for Casey Robinson. One charge, battery, dating, violence. I'm inclined to set bond at $3,500. We'll get to the conditions in a minute. Anything from the state on the bond?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense on the bond?
No, Your Honor.
State, what conditions are you looking for in this case?
I'd be asking for no contact. Yeah, just no contact.
Defense, anything?
No, Your Honor.
$3,500, no contact. Jordan Robinson. Mr. Robinson, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, sir, you're charged with one count of battery, dating, domestic violence. I see he's eligible for PTR. I'm inclined to grant it. Let's hear from the victim on conditions. Ma'am, what's your name?
Antoinette Robinson.
Okay, Ms. Robinson, can you please raise your right hand? Do you swear to tell the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, so help you God?
Yes.
All right, go ahead, state.
Good morning.
Good morning.
What's your relationship to Mr. Jordan Robertson?
I'm his mother.
And are you seeking to have contact with him today?
Yes.
Are you afraid of him?
No.
And if something like this were to happen again, would you be willing and able to call 911?
Yes.
Has anything like this ever happened before?
No.
Do you two live together?
Yes.
No further questions from the state?
Defense?
No, Your Honor.
All right. No hostile contact? State?
Yes, please.
All right. Sir, I'm going to grant you pretrial release with a condition of no hostile contact. No hostile contact means no hostility of any kind. You can't even raise your voice. Engage in any hostility whatsoever towards the victim. It would be a violation of your pretrial release, and it may be revoked on that basis, and you would stay in jail pending your trial. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right. PTR, no hostile contact.
Thank you.
All right, thank you, ma'am. Next up is Taquista Bush. Are you Miss Bush?
Yes, sir.
All right, Ms. Bush. I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you to serve as your attorney. Do you understand?
Yes, sir.
All right, you were charged with larceny, petty theft of merchandise, with 2 prior convictions, 2 or more prior convictions. And I see she's out on bond on another petty, so there's 2 prior convictions, and she's out on bond on another petty theft charge. Is that correct?
Correct, Your Honor.
All right, I find probable cause. I'm inclined to revoke the bond. Set bond in this case at $5,000 with no return to the scene. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Your Honor, we'll ask. No, Your Honor.
All right. Bond, I'm revoking the prior bond. Bond in this case is set at $5,000. No return to the scene, which I believe was the Walmart at 1101 South Goldwyn Avenue. Good day, ma'am.
To get out.
I'll contact you next week, though. Call this number.
Next up is Ashriel Dennis.
Medical, Your Honor.
All right, Mr. Dennis will be reset. Ramon Harris.
Refused.
All right, Mr. Harris will be reset.
Judge, we'll waive Mr. Harris.
Want to waive? All right, I'm going to appoint the public defender for Mr. Harris. The charge is burglary of an occupied structure, and I understand he's out on bond for possession of methamphetamine. Is that correct?
That's correct.
All right. I'm revoking the prior bond, setting bond at $5,000 in this case. With a condition of no contact with the victim, no possession of illegal substances. Prior bond is revoked. All right. Stacy Hightower? Are you Mr. Hightower? Are you Mr. Hightower? Okay. I'm sorry? You want to speak to your attorney? Yeah, I'm going to appoint her as your attorney. Yeah, you may speak to her. I need a verbal response, please. Do you have any, would you like to have any additional discussions with your attorney before entering your plea? Okay. Sure, sir, how do you plea? How do you plea?
Sorry, no.
All right. I'm going to accept the plea. I'm going to adjudicate him guilty. I'm going to sentence him to 9 days in the Orange County Jail, credit for 2 days already served. Court costs, and how much are the court costs?
$273.
I'm sorry, that was Kevin Matthews, sorry. Next up is Francisco Valdez Munoz. Is it Valdez Munoz? Am I saying that correctly? All right, Mr. Valdez Munoz, anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Yeah, we'll ask for $2,500.
Bond is set at $5,000. Condition of no alcohol. Sir, no alcohol means no alcohol consumption of any kind. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. $5,000 bond. All right, next up is Valentino Rudolph.
You said this guy just left. Was there no contact with the victim? Did he provide that?
It's $5,000.
Okay.
And alcohol. All right, Dakota Green. All right, Mr. Green, I'm going to appoint the public defender standing next to you. Okay, transferred to Pinellas. Sir, you're picked up here on a warrant from Pinellas, so we're going to send you to Pinellas, okay? You understand? Okay. Not today. You're going to go to Pinellas County, sir. They'll handle you.
Your Honor, there's bonds on the case.
I'm sorry?
There's bonds on the warrant.
Looks like the bond on the Pinellas warrant is $30,013. Next up is Taurus Coffee.
Mental health, Your Honor.
Mental health, all right, he'll be reset.
We waive, Your Honor.
Honor.
He's bonding already?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. All right, he's bonded. Daniel Fontanez Rivera. Do I have Daniel Fontanez? All right, bond is set at $1,000. All right, we already did Mr. Padula Smith, correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
So the paperwork's in here twice. Did we do Matthew Violence? Third count, trespass on property after warning. I'm inclined to set the bonds at $2,500 on count 1, $500 on count 2, $100 on count 3. Anything from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything from defense?
Before bonded,
Okay.
the other person, we don't have them on the docket, they might have bonded.
I have a Bryce Allred.
What's the booking number, Your Honor?
Pardon?
The inmate number?
Inmate number 23. Is that